Yeah, you gotta be Ben.
That's a beard.
Oh.
I'll just give you mine.
Right?
Right.
Right.
Easy.
Okay.
Studios!
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Ryfield Studios. We do these on Tuesdays, so thanks for tuning in. I'm Shane, and today Ben is sick, but we got Steph.
Hi.
Usually behind the cameras, but sitting in for Ben today. What was I doing? Oh yeah, you usually introduce the band.
So today we have Taking Balfour from Guelph.
Nice.
I don't remember anybody's name.
Perfect.
Do you guys
I do.
want to introduce yourselves?
I do.
Okay.
Orion, Spencer, Noah, Tim, fuck.
He goes by fuck.
But that also works, yes.
Fuck.
Well,
Zach,
there's the
right?
demonetization.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh shit.
80% is good. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did better than I thought you would.
Right.
Better than I could, really.
So, thanks for coming and playing that fucking six
for having
out
us.
there.
Yeah, thanks for us.
That was awesome. It was like a full-on performance. The lights, the fog.
What's it all about?
You guys all got into it, even though it's just me and Steph here.
Yeah, it was fucking wicked.
Yeah, dude. I enjoyed that a lot.
Thanks.
So, we'll get started. When did you guys first become a band?
Oh, man.
I think I started writing songs in late 2019, and I was just writing songs in my basement. Like, I was playing guitar, bass, drums, and I was just putting them up on SoundCloud.
Oh, okay.
And then me and Spence have been friends since high school, and then he randomly sent me a message being like, "Oh, like, I'd love to like work with you and like sing on like some of those songs." And then the early first year had a couple lineup changes, probably 5 or 6 drummers, a different bass player, no
Yeah.
keyboard player, and then finally late 2020, early 2021 is when this lineup was completed.
Yeah. It fits, dude. You guys are all tight.
Thanks.
And fucking... What was I gonna say?
Don't know.
Dude. Okay. I thought, based off listening to the music on Spotify, you know, that you guys would be backtrack, samples, all that. But I love the keyboard, no click.
Zach is
It's all
backtrack.
just...
I am
samples.
very easy to replace with a laptop, but
Yeah, but, you know,
He's like a very handsome laptop.
it makes a difference for sure.
Yeah, the reason that all happened is because, like, growing up, like, when I got into, like, you know, like, heavy stuff, like, my favorite band of all time is, like, Opeth, and, like,
Oh,
I love
dude.
prog rock and metal, and I love keyboards, so instead of, you know, getting a lead guitar player and having 2 guitar players, I'm like, I want keys, I want strings, I want samples, so I just put up a Kijiji ad.
Did you see
Well-
Opeth in Toronto?
I mean, I've seen them, like, 15 times.
Yeah,
But
they were
the
here
past,
not- they were
the
here
past
not-
I didn't go.
Oh, okay.
But they just dropped a new album, which is wild.
Yeah,
so
dude.
next time they
It
come,
is wild.
I'm stoked.
I was gonna say that too.
Yeah.
And they don't have any names for the songs. It's all just
S1,
like,
S2,
yeah.
S3, except for the last song, and I can't think of the name of it, but it has a name.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's beautiful outro. Good way
Cool.
to end an album.
I like that too because I can hear some influence there. Yeah. So you're all from Guelph,
Yep.
or
well, Tim lives in
I'm in
Kitchener.
Kitchener, but
okay, yeah,
He's-
not too far.
From Guelph.
yeah.
How often you guys get together to jam?
Twice a week.
Usually
Twice
twice
a
a week.
Try to do twice a week.
It's got to be that much.
once and a half a week. Yeah. during the summer, a lot of the times it's once a week. 'Cause,
Especially when we have
we're
half
playing shows and more shows. People going away on weekends, you know, vacation. So
Yeah.
not as much time.
But every
not as much time.
Thursday, at least every
Yeah,
Thursday, we
Thursday's
rehearse.
That's good.
So,
Yeah.
It shows you guys are tight.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And you said 2 of the songs were brand new, never played, right?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yes.
the first one and the last one.
Second last one.
Second last.
So Hunting Delusions is new. We've been playing it for a little
A
while,
year.
but we just haven't recorded it yet.
Right.
And then Delirium Contagion is like brand new. We've only played that live a few
Handful of
shows.
times.
Yeah, so we just haven't gone into the studio to record them yet.
Yeah.
We're kind of waiting to write a few more so that we can make the most of the studio time and stuff. And also, just we keep getting busy with shows and
Yeah, dude.
and then it's like, yeah, we're like this year we're gonna take the year off of shows and like record like a small EP, and then it just never kind of
Yeah.
we just kept
getting shows.
kept getting shows. We're like, we're not going to book any of our own shows, and then we kept getting offered shows, and we couldn't turn them down. So and so most of the rehearsal time we spend getting ready for a show instead of writing new music. But I think this winter, We're going to spend a lot of time kind of polishing up some songs, and hopefully record an EP this winter.
Spring, hopefully. Hoping we can get at least 2 more nailed down to have like 4 songs going into the studio.
Yeah.
Like this winter, and then hopefully like spring, early summer can get into the studio.
So how's the writing go? Is that mainly you still kind of putting shit together?
It depends. Like some songs I'll write at home. Some songs we'll write all together in a room. Even the riff for like Hunting Delusions, like Orion wrote that at home and brought it to the band, and like it's a sick, catchy lick, and I'm like, yeah, let's make it. And that's one of our best songs, I think.
Yeah, dude.
So like, so it all depends. But like, I think it starts off with just like a core like riff or melody, and then they all add their own spice and bring it all to life.
Yeah.
So like it all like kind of starts with guitar for the most part, even when we're like doing it together in a room, and then people will be like, oh, like do here, or Ryan's like, here, do this chugga chugga instead of that chugga chugga chugga, and kind of just mold it together until it sounds good.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah,
it's never set in stone either. It's always changing. Always like that verse is good, but it's not like good. Like it's not so
until we record it, and it's like, okay, this is what we're supposed to play live, and even after then, like Spence will find a new like melody or like hit a different note.
Yeah.
So it makes it even.
I always find on drums too, I'm like adding different stuff.
I change it. They don't know this, but I change it.
We all know.
Tim played flawlessly tonight, by the way.
Well, we'll see when the video comes out.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. I agree, dude.
It felt good.
Yeah.
It felt good.
It was good.
Fucking right. You guys have played for Rick from Chronic Noise before, right?
Many times. Our first show was with Rick.
Yeah.
And he's been super supportive ever since.
I've known him for probably 15 years. And like my last band before this was when I was 19, and for some stupid reason, took like 10 years off of music. And then, right when I started writing music again, I like let Rick know. I'm like, hey, like in a couple months, like we'll be ready to do a show. He's like, let me know when you're ready.
Yeah.
And then we were supposed to play a show April 2020, and then COVID happened. So then we didn't. So we had another year to kind of just like get tight.
Yeah.
Solidify like the lineup and like polish things up. So I'm kind of glad it went down that way.
Yeah.
For sure.
So gave us some extra time to really.
I would have never been with us. I'd been half different people.
No, that's true. We released our first album was basically me and Noah. Noah recorded all the instruments, and then I recorded the vocals, and he had a guest come in and do keys. But the whole first album was like done kind of a bit during COVID, and and then
it was recorded during then.
Yeah. And it wasn't until we found all these guys that we recorded the second album, and that the second album is like with all of us, and it's a much more polished I think album. And then we recently released 2 re-release songs off the first album because we played them live, and we've added our own like kind of changed them a bit for the live performance, and these guys have all changed things up. So and we wanted to do like kind of a re-recording of some of these songs that our favorites that we play live off of the first album that weren't like necessarily recorded in Noah's basement. They were recorded in Zach's apartment. So, but we released 2 of them, and we actually have one more being released shortly. So, until we can release some like new songs. So.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one to come out. I think it's probably my favorite mix of them. We didn't play it tonight, so when it comes out,
that one's already recorded. You said?
Yep.
Yeah, we're just waiting to release it.
Oh, dude,
we've just been busy.
Yeah, I'll be stoked for that. Send me that pre-save link.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Spence has got some fucking pipes on him live too. You got to see these guys live.
Thank you.
The whole show is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Fog.
He's always
and you guys do that every time, eh? Your lights, fog.
Whenever we're like headlining or it's like a bigger show, then we bring it all out.
Okay, sweet, dude.
Lasers, fog.
Lots of
I loved it.
But lots of setup time.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
Yeah. Kind of makes it an experience and not just watching your neighbors play music.
Yeah. That's what we all try and bring to, not just with the lights, but I think with our performance.
Yes.
I try not to, I don't even have a microphone stand anymore actually, because I noticed that it's kind of used as a crutch for me anyways. And just getting rid of the microphone stand just forces me to move around even more.
Yeah.
And just like engage the audience. I think like when you go and see a band, you don't want to see your neighbor. You don't want to see just a regular guy performing. You want to see something different.
Yeah,
and that's what I like to see when I go see a band. And so that's what we all try and bring to a performance. So people hear our music and they're like, yeah, this is good. But then when they see us live, I think they have a different opinion of us after that.
Yeah. You want to see a rock star. You don't want to go see your accountant.
Yeah. You guys bring it, man. It is a show.
Thank you.
Do our best to.
Yeah.
People are paying good money. Money's not going as far as it used to.
Oh, man.
So try to make people
Let's not
feel like they walk away, spent their money well.
Let's not get into economics.
Darn! All my notes useless.
Useless. Yeah. Fucking.
Where did you guys come up with the name?
So coming up with the band name, obviously everyone knows. You think you came up with something amazing, and then you look at a Google or Spotify, and you're like, oh, that's Taken.
Yeah.
So it took a few months, and then I was just going down like a rabbit hole of like serial killers and witchcraft stuff, and then the name Taking Balfour. It's an old witchcraft case from I think the 1750s in Scotland, and it's about a woman who was accused of witchcraft, and then her and her family were like severely tortured and executed. So like Taking Balfour was like taking out that last name and family. It's pretty dark. I don't know. I don't like even like to talk about it. It's fine. It's a cool historical moment, I guess.
And we had some like kind of witchcrafty songs on the first album. So the first album is called Taking Balfour. Like it's a self-titled album.
Right.
But I think it's progressed to something more to me. Like Taking Balfour is like taking you on our journey. Balfour is kind of the journey that we're taking you on, and you know the lyrics. I think Noah and I both have personal lyrics, but also like storied lyrics, and it's kind of a variety of taking you on this journey of ours. So that's kind of where I think to the name Taking Balfour has kind of evolved. So
Yeah. And I guess everybody can, have their own story about how they think you got the name, right?
For sure, and like even writing lyrics,
What
like
it
I
means.
try to write kind of like I think we both do like not like pretty metaphorical and not straight to the point. So when somebody's reading them, they're like, what is that supposed to mean? So it gives people the opportunity to like take it how they want, kind of, and I enjoy that process of it.
Yeah.
it's fun because then like the song Neptune, I'm not going to say exactly what it's about. I mean, I could give it away, but it's there's a lot of metaphors in it. Him and I actually wrote it together. I had written the song, and for me it was too literal. There wasn't enough metaphors, and then him and I, it was on the phone.
We talked on the phone,
and we wrote it together like it came together fairly quickly, and I liked the use of metaphors and like imagery and things like that we used instead of being so literal, and it kind of allows the listener to have their own experience with it too.
Yeah. That's cool, man. Over the phone metaphors.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we were coming into crunch time with lyrics, and I think there was like the second album, like I think I wrote 4 or 5 of them, he wrote a couple of them, and then there was 2 or 3 that like they weren't quite polished down yet, and we just didn't have time. So I'm like, hey, let's get a phone call going, and I think we got him a couple hours maybe.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was solid actually doing it that way. It was fun because usually it's either I write the entire song or he writes the entire song for the lyrics.
Yeah.
But there was a couple songs off Donna Player, so like it was just both of us on the phone hashing it out. And he's like, "What about this?" I'm like, "Nah, I don't like that." He's like, "This." I'm like, "Yeah, that's it. That's a good one."
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. No, lyrics is fun. It's fun to come to rehearsal because like when you're writing songs in rehearsal too, I'm just singing random shit.
Yeah.
Right? Like I don't have lyrics yet
Yeah,
because
just
I'm
getting
coming
like
up.
a cadence going.
Yeah, I'm kind of coming up with a melody, but then the words have to fit. I usually come up with a melody before lyrics, and then I like to fit the lyrics into the melody depending on how it goes. So if he's written the lyrics, I think he does the same thing. Is it like, oh, that lyric fits into this kind of melody? And then it's fun to like when you have a song done and like the lyrics written. I don't tell them. But like I won't send them a lyric sometimes. I'll just come into rehearsal and like have the lyrics and then like sing it. And I look over at Noah's face. He's like, oh, like I like that. I'm like, okay, sick. So
That's how you know it works, is Noah's face.
yeah.
The face of disgust or approval.
Yeah.
He's making a good stink face, you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Making a bad stink face. You're
Every
like,
single time Tim makes a boo or practice, I make sure to turn him. So he's like,
I get a lot of stink faces.
yeah, just to keep him on his toes, you know?
Oh yeah, dude.
Sometimes he does it for no reason, and I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, that's hilarious. What was I gonna ask? I had a question. And then we were talking about stank face. What do you got?
Do you guys have any shows booked coming
Yep.
up?
One we haven't announced yet.
It'll be announced Wednesday, and this will come out after, so it's fine.
So
Yeah.
yeah, we have a show in Guelph coming up in January. It's our hometown, so we love to put on a good show there. We actually it wasn't organized by us at all. It was actually organized by good buddies in a band called Spectra. They used to be called Robot Philosopher.
Okay.
And they asked us like, hey, you guys want to play in January? And we were kind of looking to book a show in January anyways. And we're like, let's do it.
Yeah.
So
Where's that at?
it'll be at Art Bar.
Okay.
So the last venue we played at this year. We only played one show in Guelph this year,
Shit.
which is yeah.
Jeez.
So which is kind of brutal. It's just never worked out with like timing and working with other promoters
Five
and stuff like
schedules.
that. Not blaming anyone. It just didn't work out.
Yeah, we tried to get like fall, and it just didn't happen.
Yeah.
It just didn't happen.
So we played one show this summer in Guelph, so we're itching to get back there, and we really like to bring a lot of people out there and make it a big show. So
Well, maybe that helps too. People from your hometown haven't seen you in a year,
Absolutely.
and then all of a sudden they see you on a bill and they're like, "Oh shit!"
yeah, we also try not to oversaturate our market.
Yeah.
Then that can kind of lead sometimes to us not playing for a while.
Yeah.
I'll play
But
enough.
we definitely don't try. We try not to play Guelph more than a few times a year because if we play one weekend and then we're playing a few weeks later, it's like, well, I can just skip that show and go to
Yeah,
the next one,
yeah.
right? Like, so kind of have to have some urgency, I guess.
Yeah.
It also turns into like a big celebration of
Yeah.
not just us, but like the local music scene in
Yeah,
Guelph, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sweet. You had a release date for this? No, you have. You're just deciding when to release that song.
Yeah, we'll probably drop it in January, I think.
We might keep it a secret. We might let people know. We don't know yet.
Yeah.
Been sitting on that one for a while.
We were actually gonna go like ghost drop it.
Then I won't prod too much.
We were actually thinking of just like dropping it and like not telling anyone and then be like, hey, surprise. Because
Yeah.
I mean, you can do the pre-sale stuff, but unless you're a big band, like people are often pre-saving
Yeah.
stuff. It's like unless you have content to promote that's there that people can listen to, I think it makes more sense to promote it right after. That's
Yeah.
my opinion. So kind of what we've learned. We've done the 3-month promotion before, done the PR and stuff, but I mean, unless you have something that tangible that people can listen to, then I feel like it's better spent after.
For sure. People forget.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's like-
true.
People forget.
Unless they do the pre-save, but again, I just pre-saves aren't as popular as they.
You guys kind of all deal with the social media, or one person?
Mostly,
Taking
the
it.
bulk of it is these two.
Yeah.
But
Sure.
but I get ideas from everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, what are you guys thinking of posting this week? And like, we try to have more fun with it than we used to. I think
Yeah.
we used to be super serious about like having this kind of image, and you can see it when we play live, and we do try to have like
Yeah.
almost an image and
Oh, look.
with our photography and stuff too, the all black kind of thing and kind of mystique. But I think more recently we've just started being a little more like showing more of ourselves as well on social media and
More human, actually
Yeah.
laughing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean-
Not looking so serious all the time.
my favorite reel that we've done recently
Oh, I know exactly
social
what you
media
do.
is so before our show in Kitchener, no, before our show in Guelph, we're like I went on camera and I was like, hey Guelph, like we're playing a banger of a show, like blah blah blah, cut it all up, and like we performed really well. And then the next one we had a show in Kitchener, and I'm like, Noah, you should do it, and he's like, okay, I'll try. I'm not a public speaker, so he goes up and he's like.
Hey, this is Noah from Taking Balfour. I can't do
It was
it.
like, hey everybody, we're Taking Balfour. Oh, I can't do this.
and it just was amazing, and everyone loved it. And
Yeah.
so we posted that, and then it just cuts right boom to like Neptune
Poster.
with the poster,
No, the best part is that there's like laughing
Yeah,
in the
you
background
can
that
hear
starts
it.
up, but it just
and it's just like sometimes those are the best like reels, and like we try not to like
It was-
post things
it was
unless we
funny.
really
Yeah.
think there's something to post too. So
Yeah, one of the most viewed reels we've ever had. The most comments by far in any video we've ever had was from that. And like I was like, this is stupid. And
Yeah.
then Spencer's like, no, trust me, this
Yeah,
is gonna do well.
it's
We're
good.
gonna laugh.
yeah,
Yeah.
and like I kept watching it over and over again, so I knew others would watch it
Yeah,
over and over
yeah.
again too, and it did. People did. So
That's good.
yeah.
Make sure you follow these guys on their socials. Definitely gotta see them live. Fucking amazing. Your next show is January.
January 11th.
Guelph at
Art Bar.
Art Bar.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And then we're playing one.
We have one in February as well.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
And we'll keep that in the DL. Yes,
Yeah.
we do. Tim.
I was gonna spoil it, but I actually don't remember the dates.
Yeah.
I don't want to. We can't spoil it too. Yeah, because it's not. We haven't released it.
Yeah.
I don't even know what they're talking about, so.
You know our old
really
old
low.
pals from.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, that should be a really fun one too.
Yeah.
So whenever they give us a poster, we'll be
It was
we'll be dropping that.
It was
show.
the first
Nice.
band we played with one of the first bands we played with.
Yeah, there's a
for
hint
sure.
for anybody who's been following us since the beginning.
Or wants to scroll really far backwards.
Yeah,
I was
or
gonna
that.
say everyone's scrolling back right now.
Yeah.
Hey, if it gets people looking at our socials,
Yeah.
that's sweet.
Oh yeah. Anything you guys want to add before we wrap it up?
Got a beautiful place here.
Thanks,
Yeah.
man. I appreciate
Yeah, thanks for
that.
having
This
us.
was
This
super
is
fun.
sick.
Sound here's killer.
I appreciate you guys coming out.
Yeah.
That was
Support local musicians and go to shows.
yes.
Buy their
Yes.
merch. Please buy the merch.
Yeah.
Please
Gas
buy
is
the
expensive.
Yeah.
And come to the shows, but.
Everybody knows local bands are just traveling shirt salesmen.
Yep.
So
Even big bands are.
yeah, that's true too.
Straight up.
They're slinging those shirts, so they're fucking expensive, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
$60 for a t-shirt now.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Local bands, you can get a full sweater for $60.
That's
You
what
know?
we charge, I think.
That's a huge hole in my wallet. I wonder. Oh.
Yeah.
I bought 2 sweaters.
These sort of things happen from time to time.
Yep.
Anyways, thank you guys for coming out.
Thank you for
problem.
having us.
Killer
That was-
set.
that was
Thank
really
you
fun.
guys
Thank
for
you.
watching. Next week we'll have the Electric Cactus.
Fuck yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, hold up that cunt pillow. See you next Tuesday, everybody.
Bye.